Update 3 on Typhoon Malakas, which is inching towards becoming the first major typhoon of the Western Pacific season. Located at 16.1 degrees north, 135.4 degrees east, this is as of the latest Joint Typhoon Warning Center advisory, 12:30 a.m. Iwo Jima time right now. It's 110 miles an hour, 958 millibars, with a movement towards the northeast at about 5 miles an hour. Of course, there is no CDPS, we'll get to that in a second here. CDPS, of course, stands for Cyclone Destruction Potential Scale, and given the fact that there is no forecasted landfall, that leads to the fact that there is no CDPS as a result. Although this is expected to get close to Iwo Jima and some of the islands near it, main threat should be 50 to 60 mile-an-hour wind gusts as well as a few inches of rain. But regardless, if you're in that region, you may be wanting to keep your eyes peeled on this storm. Here it is on the map. It is a very large storm with tropical storm force winds extending 175 nautical miles to its northeastern quadrant, 150 on both southern quadrants, and 140 on the northwestern quadrant. In terms of distance, it's 976 miles away from Manila, 1,082 from Taipei in Taiwan, 1,094 in Kagoshima, 1,264 from Osaka, and 1,359 from Tokyo. That is 1,571 kilometers away from Manila, 1,741 from Taipei, 1,761 from Kagoshima, 2,034 kilometers away from Osaka, and 2,186 away from Tokyo. So quite a ways away, but it is a large storm, so its influence is spreading out quite a ways as well. Here are the intensity estimates on Malakas. 110 miles an hour is what the Joint Typhoon Warning Center is going with. 115 is what ADT has at this point. Dvorak has 105. ATMS is at 90 miles an hour. And AMSU has yet to update in quite some time since yesterday, so it's still sitting there at 73 miles an hour. But here's the latest cone. Joint Typhoon Warning Center expects this to hit Category 4 status before weakening as it passes and curves to the northeast, sparing away from Japan. And of course, this is the sea surface temperatures. There is cooler waters ahead of it. It's been 28 to 29 degrees Celsius temperatures, although as it heads to the north and northeast, it is going to be tapping into those cooler waters, which is going to start the weakening trend once this does peak as a Category 4 for a very short time. This is the latest multi-diagnostic guidance, and you can see that it is expected to intensify and peak probably within the next 24 hours before wind shear skyrockets, sea surface temperatures drop dramatically. All the relative humidity is still sticking towards the same, but you can see that it's just going to be racing off towards northeast, and then at that point it will definitely be turning extratropical. Here it is on satellite. You can see it's looking relatively healthy. It's got the classic typhoon structure for what you would expect from a large typhoon, a relatively solid eye. It's still relatively clouded, but we could be seeing some clearing if it gets itself together. However, its northwestern quadrant has been struggling quite a bit. You can see that with the cloud tops. There's just this little hole in the northwestern quadrant due to an intrusion that we've been dealing with. Once that closes off, we'll probably be seeing that rapid intensification continue, and it will get that Category 4 peak if it manages to do so.